Hey Autolanders, thanks for taking some time to take a look at this message, which I believe is very important. You can see in back of me, we've got the road up there. And what I want to talk about today is disciplined communication. We've been working over the past several weeks to come up with a document that will help you out in the field as well as our executive team communicate with each other and set some expectations. And here's where that started. I was looking at a driving satisfaction, right? And what we do is we measure all of your services that you provide to our members, and we measure your availability, your knowledge, your promptness, your professionalism, and those type of things. And I was thinking, well, what do we do up here, and what do we do in the field to measure our satisfaction survey with each other? And I thought, you know, maybe we needed something that would roll out for everybody what the rules of engagement are and how they work and who they work with. And so what I asked Janice to do is to work with all the members of our senior team to come up with a document, including the accounting team, MSRs, and others, that identify who it is, what the contact information is, and then how to engage with them. So we came up with this document called, are you ready? The Management Service Response Framework. That's actually the first time I've said that. So, but what we wanted to do, and the serious part of this matter, is we wanted to set some framework for response times. So we broke it down into three categories. The first category is critical, right? What does critical mean? Significantly impacts member, credit union, staff member, or Autoland's reputation. The response time requirement, within 60 minutes. We also indicated what's the best way to contact a person. If we talk about critical, and you leave a voicemail or you send an email, and that person that you need to address this is in a meeting, on the road, in their car, they may not get that message within the 60-minute time frame. But if you send them a text, which I encourage, then we know, whoever gets that text, that this is a significant issue. Do we need to step away from our meeting? Do we need to pull over? What do we need to do to address this within 60 minutes? The second criteria we came up with was it's not critical, but it's a moderate concern. So what does that mean? Well, it means it's not critical, but it is important. So that would be within the same day. So the third area was routine, and that could be done, as with moderate, by an email or a call. And that means we would complete that within the course of the regular workday. And that typical time frame would be 24 hours. Now, you think about these three categories, and you know, as with beauty, it's in the eyes of the beholder. What we would expect is, with the definitions we have, that whoever has something that they need would use common sense. So critical would mean if you've got a member at your desk that is concerned and raising a ruckus about a VSC, something with their car, and you need to get a manager involved, then that's critical. Send a text. If you have a member that comes in and has a question about their VSC, something that you can't answer, then you can set the expectation that that's probably something that we need to get to that day, and then you elevate that to the individual through your regional to get that issue solved. And so what I want to say that the chain of the process is the consultants go through their regional, and they will elevate it to the appropriate executive for conclusion and resolution. So the other area that I wanted to talk about is how do we interface with each other? And I went right back to the driving satisfaction. And let me read you these comments. And Jennifer Joseph, you're the lucky one. These comments are, I really appreciate Autoland for all the effort you have done, most especially Jennifer Joseph. She's a very nice, very accommodating person, helpful throughout all the process. What if we, between each other, between the executives, between consultants in the field, between everybody in the organization, what if we use that as our inspiration to deal with each other? Do we always do that? If we sent out a survey on all the interactions that you had, as we do with the consultant, would that be the response? That person was timely. That person treated me with dignity and tact. That person took care of all my needs, and I appreciate that person. So the purpose of this was to take a look at the D in the road, communication. We're setting parameters for service levels so that you can have an expectation about when that individual and when that issue will be resolved. As we roll this out, there might be a few hitches in the giddy-up, as I like to say, but the idea is to provide everybody in all departments, between departments, a high-level service with a time frame that meets the needs of the situation. So you should have received this document already or be receiving it shortly. If you have any questions about that, I encourage you to email me. Thanks a lot, guys.